Are you clicking on this because you have a brand new business, but you need to fund it? Well, I'm about to tell you the only way to fund a brand new business. And I'm going to show you the other options too and how to qualify for them if you need funding for your business. So ain't nothing else that we need to talk about. Let's get to it. Let's go. What's going on? It's Colin Brown here from Business Credit Unlimited. I'm back. So today we're going to talk about the only and the best way to fund a brand new business. So when I talk about a brand new business, matter of fact, let's just switch the screen here and let's go in. All right. What is a brand new business? To me, a brand new business is an LLC that's been established for less than 2 years. Being in business for 2+ years doesn't count if you haven't established the LLC, meaning you aren't registered with the Secretary of State in your state. The LLC, it just hasn't started yet. You know, you could have been doing whatever your skill is. Like with me with business funding, I could be funding people for 20 years, but the LLC says 2 months ago, my business is only 2 months old, right? And if your annual revenue also is less than 100,000, because if your annual revenue is more than 100,000, even though your LLC is newer, say if you achieve this in less than if you achieve this in like 6 months, so you're doing like 25K within a month in less than 6 months, then you're going to have a lot more options when it comes to funding than somebody else would. However, for you that's clicked on here that has a newer business and you're not at the 100K mark yet, and I mean annually, and your LLC has been established for less than 2 years, you're considered a new business. All right, in the funding world, at least, because small business, according to like the SBA, is any business with less than 500 employees. I don't know about y'all, but that really makes me think like, yo, we could be doing some numbers out here. I don't know about y'all because I don't have 500 employees. But anyways, what I have here is the goal is to use business credit cards. Okay, which is, I gave it away. This is the best and the only way to fund a brand new business when you don't meet this criteria. So really the goal is to use your 0% normally business credit cards to build your business to the point where you can qualify for business loans and business lines of credit if you don't currently qualify since your business is new. Because that's one of the main things I see. Like a lot of clients or just like prospects, people hit me up. They'll say, okay, Colin, how do I get cash for this business? I need cash for real estate. And then I ask them these questions. Hey, how long you been in business? For 3 months. I just started my LLC 3 months ago. Okay, how much money you generating? I haven't generated anything yet. You can't expect cash for your business. And that's one thing we're about to talk about here. You can't expect to get 50, 100, 150,000 in cash for your business. More than likely, it's not going to happen. When I say more than likely, very likely that's not going to happen, especially without like collateral and things like that. Obviously, there's some nuances here that we could bring up, but for the most part, it ain't going to happen. Now, what are your main business funding options? Let's go. You got business loans. That's what I'm talking about, getting cash from your business. What is a business loan? A loan from a bank that doesn't report to the personal side. It's for your business, for the purpose of using it for your business, right? For business purposes, which could be working capital, payroll, advertisement, marketing, so on and so forth. So that's what a business loan is. Now, what are the requirements to get approved for a business loan? Normally, minimum credit scores is normally it's not a lot, essentially what I'm saying here. Normally there's minimum score requirements, especially if your revenue and cash is strong. Like I've seen loans get approved at 620 to 650 or so credit scores if you have the cash, meaning if your revenue is coming in, you're making, hey, instead of 100,000 a year, you might be making 100,000 a month. And if that's the case, your credit score on the personal side does not matter near as much. You still can get access to some business loans, okay? Now, what about business requirements? And this is why we're going to get to business credit cards. But my main goal for making this video is to show you guys that you're looking for this cash, you're looking for lines of credit and stuff like that, and you just start your business, it's normally not going to be the way to go. Okay. Because you might not meet these requirements. You may, but the chances are, well, is not great. So, business requirements, just a quick thing I wanted to add here too. They never have a 0% introductory rate like the 0% business credit cards we're going to talk about shortly. So just to let you know, because sometimes I get that question, all right, what's the interest rate? It's not going to be 0%. We're going to talk about interest rate a little bit more. Okay, normally required docs. So just to let you know right off the bat, like this is not going to be a no doc. I've seen people say no doc business loan. Stop it, especially if we talking like no, you don't have any revenue at all to show. Normally when you see a no doc business loan, it's referring to like watch the Chase video that I did on the 150K business line of credit I got for my business. It was no doc. A business line of credit isn't a business loan per se, but it kind of is. How was I able to get $150,000 in a business line of credit without showing any type of documentation? It's because I bank with Chase. So even though it is no doc, like they didn't ask me for it to get approved. They literally can see all this information anyways, because I bank with them. They have my merchant account, so they see the different transactions and things that I do. So it's almost like the same thing. Anyways, docs, definition. Docs are documentation that could be bank statements, proven revenue, or tax returns showing profit. Okay, normally going to need this for a business loan. Business revenue, 10K a month or so. Doesn't have to be profit, but you need to be bringing this in. Business age, sometimes as low as 6 months, but normally a year plus. Now, be careful. All business loans are not the same. Just because somebody gets you approved does not mean it's always a good thing for business loans, because there are a lot of business loans out there that will mess you up. Have y'all heard of, or are you familiar with MCAs, or merchant cash advances? So essentially, I got this wiki pulled up real quick. An MCA, or a merchant cash advance, is a type of business fund or loan that is repaid by the lender, taking a percentage of the business's daily credit or debit card income directly from the payment processor. Daily. Do you hear what I'm saying here? A lot of times you have to pay these MCAs daily. Imagine taking out a 50K loan like today, and then tomorrow they'd be like, all right, I need $200 back on that tomorrow. That's what some of the MCAs, you got to pay on them daily. And the rates are really aggressive. So it's hard to really pay it back. Sometimes you put yourself in a bigger hole unless you're in a situation where, say this $50,000 scenario, you can get this $50,000, you can make a return on that very quickly. When I say very quickly, what I define by very quickly is within a month. And there's not many investments we know that you can put money in and then you get money back, or at least like not just break even, but you can make more money within a month. Does it exist? Yeah, it definitely exists, but it's just not likely, especially if you're a newer business owner, because this video is about newer business owners, right? So I got this here where I listed, well, not me, I didn't list it, but just this website looks pretty cool to me. They listed off some MCAs. Now, am I saying that MCAs are for no one? No. Am I saying that you should not do any MCAs? Am I talking down on all of these companies here listed on the screen? No, I am not. All I'm saying is that you need to know what you're getting yourself into, because I see a lot of clients get these MCAs and they didn't really know what was going on. They didn't understand that it was an MCA or what an MCA is. So I'm just trying to let you know, just in case you don't. I see a few familiar names on here myself. And I'm going to do a video about all of the business loans that I personally taken for my business too as well. So next thing, many business loans, they require weekly payments like on deck. Not my favorite either. Now, again, depending on your needs, this could work. So I'm not saying don't ever do this, nothing like that. I'm just saying, it's harder to qualify and you have to be careful when you get a business loan. There are a lot of those out there that require monthly payments. So it's going to be what you're familiar with, or any type of other loan that you pay on monthly, like auto loan, student loan, personal loan. But they also may require you to file a UCC1 filing too as well. Okay, which is not really a big deal. I want to do a video about that too. It's not as big of a deal as people make it out to be, that I've been seeing, like some people here on YouTube, but whatever. They could require a higher amount of revenue for approval and tax returns for the monthly, the business loans that require monthly payments. That's what I'm referring to here specifically. They may require a higher amount of revenue than what I mentioned. So 10K a month. I remember around the time I got my first business loan. Again, I'm gonna do a full video on this. And I was making around 10K a month around that time. It was like 2018, 2019 or something like that. I think it was like 2018. But anyways, and I was proud of my little 10K a month. And, the guy I spoke to, he was like, "You're making like 10K a month? Has it been slow?" I'm like, dang, that's I thought I was doing something, but that's not like for a lot of to be approved for a lot of loans, it ain't really nothing. So if you just starting out and you haven't even taken any payments, just keep that in mind. You want cash for your business. It may or may not happen. You do have the SBA. The SBA loans are some of the best options, okay, for business loans that are not going to be super high in interest, not going to require daily or weekly payments, but the requirements to meet are normally harder for newer business owners. Now, there are some options. I have a business partner. He specializes in SBA loans or helping clients get access to like even millions in money with the SBA. But for this particular video, again, because the clients, the people I'm talking about, they get access to that type of money. They have the bank statements, they have the tax returns. So I ain't talking about newer business owners getting access to that type of money, nothing like that. I'm just saying that that's what he mainly does, and I'm not saying that you as a newer business owner, you can't do it. Not literally or virtually impossible, but for the most part, it ain't gonna happen because you just won't meet the requirements. Okay, there's some nuances here, but for the most part, nah. Now, the next funding option, for the most part, is a business line of credit. What is a business line of credit? It's pretty cool. It's like a loan and a credit card put together, had a baby. All right. A business line of credit is a credit line with cash access, like a revolving loan. So when you think about a loan, you get a $20,000 loan. You get the money, then you gotta pay it back, right? But once you get it, if you get it and you spend it on something, you still gotta pay that joker back, and it ain't coming back once you pay it back, right? But if we're talking a business line of credit, you get a $20,000 business line of credit, and you use all 20. Once you pay it back, guess what? You got 20,000 to spend again. So this is my favorite funding option, really. I mainly specialize in getting my clients 0% business credit cards, but I love business lines of credit. I really do. Okay. Personal credit requirements. It's not like a business loan. For the most part, you're going to need I put 680 because if your other metrics, like if you got cash coming into your business, you probably can get away with like a 680-ish score. But for the most part, 720 to 750 plus to be safe. It differs within whichever bank you go to. So don't take this as like gospel or nothing. It really depends on the banks for the personal credit requirements. All right. Now, business requirements. Just to let you know, too, I put this up here real quick. They never have a 0% introductory rate. Just to let you know, the rate, as far as the interest rate, normally is going to be right now, currently at the time I'm recording this, 5% on the very, very low end, but that's kind of lower. It's probably going to be a little like 7 to 9% on the low end, all the way up to like 15% or something like that. That's especially with a great personal credit profile. That's what you can expect. Now, business lines of credit, they normally require docs. We talked about what docs were, essentially bank statements and tax returns. So if you're a newer business owner, you don't have 2 years of tax returns because you haven't even been in business 2 years. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the best option for you. However, there are still some banks that give out no doc business lines of credit. All right. We help our clients with these, but there aren't a lot of options out there anymore. There used to be, But like during the pandemic, people were getting these business lines of credit and they weren't paying them back. And the banks had to really, crack down on this, man. So, hey, it sucks when a small group of people kind of dictate what happens to everybody else, but that's what happened in this case. And, it is what it is. We got to deal with it. Sometimes lending changes, sometimes it gets tighter, sometimes it gets looser, and we got to roll with the punches. There's always going to be a way to get funding for your business, though. Always. Okay. This is not anything new. Like some people will be like, I'm just not hearing about this, or, think that this is like new or something. Is as long as time existed, we people have been lending out money. It wasn't a bank, but lending money has always been around. And not to go that deep, but I'm just saying as far as business funding and everything it ain't nothing new. Okay, it's been around for a while. Now, business revenue, some of the requirements you can expect: $10K a month. Normally does not have to be profit either as well. Like American Express, they have one. I believe that you can get it for their line of credit. Let's see. Let's take a look. I think you can get it with just like 6 months in business and like, offer line from 2K to 250K. Let's see. 660 average monthly revenue, at least 3K. So there you go. They do expect a year in business. So I thought it was like 6 months. Maybe they changed it, but they said at least 3,000. But that's why I put this as a loose kind of, 10K a month is kind of what you would want. But hey, with American Express, they say you can be minimum 3K a month. All right. Business age sometimes can be low as 3 months, but normally 2+ years. For most banks, they're going to want to see your business age, meaning, again, your LLC has been established for more than 2 years. All right. They're going to want to see that. They want to see your LLC has been established for at least 2 years. All right. Now, harder to get higher limits without any docs. So even for the banks that we have, which we have a bank, don't want to reveal that. I might reveal it to you. We got a bank right now still giving them out, no docs, business line of credit, and we still can get limits of 30K and higher. However, for the most part, 90% of the time, it's going to be hard to get higher limits, even if they do know docs for the lines of credit. Okay. So I get a 10K, 20K, 25K may not be as big of a deal, but if you're trying to get 50, 100K now with no docs, when I say no docs too, like as a new business without any prior relationship, it's going to be very hard. Because again, no docs is different from no docs, new business owner, no prior relationship. Let's make that line clear, because I see too much of that on YouTube where people saying no docs, but then it's really because, no docs. But if you have $50,000 coming into your account, they don't ask for docs. Well, dang. I mean, again, even on my Chase video, I made that very clear. I wasn't trying to sell y'all no dream. I ain't trying to sell a dream like you can get the line of credit from Chase just because you exist. All right. I'm not here to sell dreams. Maybe other people do it. I'm not here to do that. Now, business credit cards. What is a business credit card? You guys, if you clicking on this video, you know what a business credit card is, right? Credit card you get has a limit. Normally it has an introductory rate. The ones that we go after has an introductory rate of 0% interest for 6 to 18 months. This is the best way to grow a business. Now, I don't know exactly how long I've been recording, but you might be like, dang, so you just not getting to it? I know. I felt like it was going to be better to go to the other two options first, just so you can compare and contrast to see why I'm saying this is the only way to fund a brand new business without any prior relationships, without having revenue, cash in your account and all that stuff, because you're trying to build your business to get to that point. This is the best way. This is the only way. All right. Why is that? Now, we're going to get to the personal credit requirements. And this time, I'm going to go to the business requirements first. This is why I'm saying, in my opinion, which it is my opinion, this is only for educational purposes, right? But this is why, in my opinion, this is the only way. No business. It says no business required at all. No business credit required at all before you apply. So you don't have to, or is that, oh, no business age, maybe I meant there. No business age. So you could be a brand new business. No business age is required for business credit cards. Like most banks will offer you their business credit card the same day you apply for the LLC, right? And if they knew that you wouldn't get any approvals, then they wouldn't even be offering it. However, I do not suggest that you do that more times than not, especially like with Chase. You're going to get a lower limit than you can get with me. The only people I really would say for that was like a American Express or something like that, or maybe you have a long-standing relationship with the bank, maybe. But other than that, I wouldn't do it the same day. I'm just saying that you could literally get approved the same day. Now, no business revenue is required at all. You could literally have not made a red penny inside of your business and still get 50, 100, 150K in funding for your business. That's why it's the best, in my opinion. No income or revenue verification. Nobody's going to ask you for the bank statements, for the tax returns, okay? All these different type of docs. They don't ask for it more times than not, depending on how you fill out the application and your connection, so on and so forth, whatever institution that you go into for funding. Yeah, no business credit, aka vendor credit requirements. I don't know why it's out there, but it is. Some people say, oh, you got to have 5 net 30s first, or you got to have, go to tier 4 or whatever it is, that imaginary tier system. You don't need that to apply for business credit cards. All right. For the major institutions like the Chase and American Express and all these guys, okay, you get it. Bank of America, Truist, all these guys, you don't have to have any vendor credit or business credit built first. You don't need a business credit score, okay? Since the business requirements are the easiest, this makes business credit cards the easiest way to fund a brand new business, depending on where you're at, okay? Again, that's why I compared it like this. That's why I went to the business lines of credit and business loans first, so you can see what the requirements are, how much you got to be making, how much money you got to have in your account, all this good stuff, all the docs you got to have. And then you can see here, you don't need all that. That's why this is the only way to fund a brand new business. Now, what is the catch? Some people's like, what is the catch? That's so interesting when I get that question, because I get it more often than one would think. The only catch is you have to qualify for it. There's no catch per se. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no catch. Like, it's just lending. Like, some people look at lending like this, I don't know. It's really black and white. More people think it's like a gray area thing. No, it's not. It's just a bank doing what banks do, lending out money so they can make money. They make money every time you swipe a card. It's not just on interest. Anytime you swipe a card, that bank is making money anyways. This is the catch, quote unquote. You got to qualify. All right. There's personal credit requirements. So you have to have a 700 plus, 720 to 750 to be safe. Can you get approved for less than 700? Yeah, but I wouldn't really try it, depending on why you're less than 700. It's not about the score. It's why you under there. What's going on? You know, if you have a negative item, you could be approved, but get approved with a lower limit, right? If you have lower credit history, that could be why your score is lower. You can fix these things first with an authorized user. Or if your credit utilization is too high, that's something that you should fix first before you apply. So it's not about the score in itself. It's the reason why behind it that you can get denied. But it differs within the banks. Now, utilization in single digits for the highest limits. I know the 30% is out there. I don't care. I don't care. If you want the highest limits, get down to single digits, okay? Trust me on that. I got hundreds of approvals in the data for that. Now, 3+ years of credit history is best, minimum. But really, the more the better on this, all right? 15K of total credit limits. This is what I like to see. It could be a little bit less, and I would prefer to be more. That's just like kind of the minimum. I'm only going over the minimum stuff here as far as requirements. Now, no negative items. Like I said, is it possible to be approved? Somebody can say, hey, you know, I got approved with this late pay. Matter of fact, we've had clients get approved with especially if it's just like one thing. You know, one late payment 5 years ago or something. Am I saying you can't get approved? Absolutely not, because you can't. But for best results, okay, no negative items on open or closed accounts. Watch those closed accounts, y'all. That can hold you back. charge-offs, collections, late payments, child support, medical bills, bankruptcy, evictions, late student loan payments, repossessions, so on and so forth. All right. So here's the benefits. Last thing I want to leave you with, and why I'm substantiating my case here for the business credit cards being the only way to fund a brand new business. So you can get up to $250K right away, just starting a brand new business. Okay. Am I saying that it's optimal? No. If you got a business with more age, it's going to make it easier to get approvals and higher limits. I ain't saying like, you can just start a business and then get 250K either for 4 different businesses and get $1 million in 3 days. I ain't saying that is crazy stuff. Okay. I'm not here to sell you dreams. However, all I'm saying is it's possible depending on the client's profile. And I just did another video I want you to check out. It's called, what did I call it? Oh, how to get 250K in funding in 30 days or less. Watch that video so you can see what I mean by that, but it's possible. Okay. Business credit cards don't report to your personal credit reports. All right. When you get the right business credit cards. So not only are you able to fund your brand new business, you're not going to affect your personal score while you're doing it. Nice. You can get funding even if you have other business credit cards with higher balances. Nice. Just in case that's you, but if you're just starting out, you haven't even applied for any business credit cards, you ain't got to worry about that, but I'm just saying it's possible. Whereas on the personal side, you're cooked. If you have like 70% utilization on the personal side, don't apply for anything. You're cooked. Okay. Now I'm saying that for comedic purposes, the cook part, but literally just deal with it, you guys. I'm just joking, but just you need to lower it first. But yeah, you can't apply and be approved for anything. No, I'm not joking about that. Now you can get higher limits with a brand new business. You can get up to 75K, at least if you work with someone like me being me, to get a higher limit. Say with Chase, you get up to 75K, or I ain't gonna say up to, it can be even higher than that. We can get up to 150K just with Chase with a brand new business. I mean, the requirements that I said that you had to be a brand new business, we can do that with Chase. These things right here, boom. All right, because we've done it. And what else? Last thing I want to leave y'all with, you can remove hard increase from your personal credit reports and go after more funding. Nice. Low monthly payment, 1% of what you borrow. All right, and I didn't even put 0%. Wow, how did I miss one of the most important things? 0% introductory rate on your funding. Whereas the other two with business lines of credit and business loans, you can't do that. So you got time to make your money work for you, right? Because you shouldn't be using your own money when you start a brand new business, right? So here are the reasons why I say using 0% business credit cards, meaning business credit cards that give you that 0% introductory rate for 6 to 18 months, depending on the bank. That is the only way you should be funding a brand new business if you are a brand new business, because your LLC is it's brand new, pretty much 2-3 months or something like that, or you haven't even started it yet. Being in business for 2+ years, it doesn't count. All right. If you haven't established an LLC, annual revenue less than 100,000, you're a brand new business. This is the way you should be looking to fund your business. Now, oh yeah, I did have a little bit more. Yeah, I got a little bit more. We ain't finished yet. Main concerns about business credit cards. I don't want to do a personal guarantee. We'll get over it. Get over it. Until I say your personal right here. My bad, y'all. Y'all might see some typos or something. I typed this up really quickly, but until your business is doing millions, don't even think about high limit funding without a personal guarantee. Biggest lie on the internet is that you can get 250,000, 500K, no personal guarantee, brand new business. It ain't gonna happen. These banks, man, they're not idiots. I don't know why sometimes my perception is that people think the banks are just these idiots, these clowns that don't know what they're looking at, or like when you run a credit application, they don't know what they're doing. Even with no docs, the only reason the banks do that is because it benefits them. Like if they ever get to a point where they felt like it wasn't beneficial for them, then they would stop it. They not dumb, y'all. These are humans. Like a lot, some stuff go through the algorithm, of course, but these are not dummies. Like nobody's going to give you 250,000 and you got a 600 credit score and your business just got started 2 months ago. Like nobody's going to do that. Like stop it. It's silly. Okay. Now, let me make my point here as far as um, getting high limit funding without a personal guarantee. Now, back on American Express's website, let's take a look here. It says the American Express corporate program for startups. All right. The American Express corporate program for startups offers the option for full corporate liability with no personal credit score impact, meaning no PG, as the people say. Full corporate liability and no personal guarantee. What does it say here, though? Minimum $1 million bank account balance is required for this. You see what I mean? If you don't have $1 million in your account, American Express is not considering you for their no PG program. Okay, so even when you are very successful, that's the thing you have to understand. Even when you're very successful, it's going to be hard to get approved for this amount of funding. All right. So get over it. If you don't want to use a personal guarantee, get over it. Just improve your personal credit score. All right. You don't want to use credit. I want to use cash. You can liquidate your business credit cards if needed through a company or do it in yourself. All right. Your personal credit isn't strong enough, so I can't make it strong enough then. Like on Friday, make it enough. The real ones know what I'm talking about. If you're watching this video and you don't have a 700 plus score, it needs to be because you're actively working on it with someone like, yesterday, or you're actively doing it, or you're working on improving your score yourself. No excuses, unless you have a credit partner. Now, you could have a credit partner where you have someone, your business partner has the stronger score, and y'all going to run that through them. That's different. You don't have a credit partner, though, when you plan on doing this by yourself and you ain't got a 700 plus score and you not working on it yet. What are you doing? It ain't going to happen overnight, depending on where you at. Could, but depending on where your score is, right now, it may not happen overnight, but you need to be working on it. Okay. Because they can hold you back from getting access to 100K in funding. Like, what are we talking about here? So anyways, that is pretty much it. That's my case for this is why this is the only way to fund a brand new business in the best way. So let me know if y'all got any questions there in the comments. And outside of that, that is pretty much it. I will talk to y'all on the next one. Peace for now.